How do you stay motivated without burning out? That's something I've had to figure out over the past few years, especially thinking about motivation. I've honestly never really thought about burning out itself, but more about how can I keep going forward, especially in times when it gets heavy and messy. In this video, I'll share you my mindset shift, my structure, how I stay consistent without losing energy and focus. Hi, I'm David. I'm training as a hybrid athlete, passionate about personal growth and business, and I'm here to unlock your full potential, showing what we can do all together, both mentally and physically, and showing you the steps towards growth and success together. Let's get the first thing out of the way. Mindset shift. Okay, it's really about building something great, building a strong mindset, building consistency. So the first thing I want you to write down and really get in your head is you need to be positive. Okay, that's the first thing we all need to do to keep motivated. If you stay positive all the time, even when things get really hard and really struggling, it's important to stay positive. Talk to yourself as you're doing everything good and keep pushing yourself every time in your head. So yesterday I was running, and to be honest, I felt really heavy. My leg felt really heavy. But yesterday was like a little test on my race. So I needed to go a little further than my race pace. And about halfway through, I was really tired and there was a lot of wind. So nothing was really on my side. But in my head, I said to myself, okay, we need to keep pushing because we set our goal and we want to achieve that goal. Okay, so I talked to myself, come on, let's go, we can do it, let's go, keep pushing, come on, let's go, keep pushing, we can do it, and over again. Okay, so finally kept a great pace and I finished. I was happy, I was tired, but I did it. So that positive mindset really helped me out. And going with that positive mindset, you also need to shift something else, is stop complaining. Okay, I see so much people complaining, but you need to be positive, guys. Come on, stop complaining. If there is something not working out, it's probably on your side of the story. Okay, so I try to be as positive as possible, and that's just attracts motivation. It attracts motivation, you know. That's really the mindset shift I want you to make. Last point on the mindset, it's about, you've heard it, but your growth and your success is more about a long marathon, a strong marathon, than a sprint. Okay, you need to focus on pacing yourself and control yourself. If you run too fast in the beginning without control, you will burn out, and finally you start walking. And walking is okay, but we are doing a marathon and we want to run it. So really try to pace yourself, be controlled about everything you're doing, and again, stay positive. Second important point is about a routine, a sustainable management about your energy. And I don't like to say that, but you really need to balance your life. I'm not really a balanced guy, in the mean that I really like to work hard and it's difficult for me to find time to rest, but that's so important to keep going. I think last year or maybe the year before, I was working so hard and sleeping not at all, or really not much. So I was all the time complaining, not positive, not motivated, because I didn't rest. Okay, so try to see it like you're a car. You're a beautiful car, you need fuel and you can go really far, but sometimes you need a pit stop. You need a pit stop to fuel yourself. You need a pit stop to fuel the car, and then you can start again, take the road and keep going. So that's really important, resting. I'm about 7 to 8 hours sleep a day, and that's really important. Forget sometimes is how your fueling system is as important as all the rest you're applying to motivation. So you can rest, that's one of the fuel that you use to get stronger and to keep going. But the things you drink, the things you eat, as important as the rest you take. So it's really important to have a healthy eating lifestyle. So for example, for me, one thing that really helped me, and it's not a magic potion or something, but it's drinking creatine. That keeps me focused, it helps me recover from my trainings, and overall it helps me a lot. So I really felt more focused and more energized on the long term after drinking creatine, after eating more healthy. So I'm not eating, sometimes I do eat sugars and snacks and things like that, but most of the time I'm really eating healthy. I'm eating all my vegetables, my fruit as much as possible. The sugars, I try to take that from the fruits, and I'm eating a lot of protein. Sometimes I eat also some carbs. That's good because I need energy for my long runs, for example. So it's really about finding something you like, but keeping in a healthy eating lifestyle, okay? Now that you're filled up, it's time for some structure in your life, some organization, some planning. For myself, I make it a lot easier to plan out everything in my Google Calendar, really time blocking everything so that I don't really need to break my head about what should I do next. And I also use the Eisenhower matrix. It's really about finding what's the most important and the most urgent thing to do at the moment, and that you focus and you put your priority on that. Okay, so I plan that out. I work with my Google Calendar. I time block everything on my calendar for each day, and on my notes every day I look at it and I put the three most important things to do today. And so only focus on that. Things that are not urgent and not important, I plan that for later. Things that are urgent but not important, I delegate that. And things that are not important and not urgent, guess what? You just delete it. Because it really start to be important and urgent, you will really see that and do it immediately. So it's important about also declutter your to-dos and just delete some not important and not urgent things. All right, so now that we have planned out, have a structure on what we need to do, what are our focuses for, now we need to take action, take the next step. Okay, so sometimes you just write down the big picture on what you have to focus on today. That's great, but now we'll need to look at the first next step. You don't need to look at the whole staircase, you just need to take the next step. Take action, start moving, start doing it, because it's a non-ending loop with motivation and inspiration, and taking action is mostly of the time the easiest things to do, because you only need to take a little action to activate the motivation and the inspiration. Okay guys, but also don't forget to reward yourself now and then. It's also important because that motivates you to keep going. Okay, you're doing some fun stuff as well, even though you need to work on things you like, but rewarding yourself is good, but please don't overdo it, because otherwise we are stepping into a lazy momentum and we don't want that. Okay, because we are in an endless motivating loop. We're starting by the basics, and that's really in your mindset. Shifting to the positive mindset, to a non-complaining mindset. Slow down a little, pace yourself. Okay, where I'm going, how fast am I going? We don't need to burn out. Then we also need to rest, fuel properly, plan out, structure, make it easy for yourself, take action, and reward yourself. Okay, and if you feel overwhelmed, please take a step back, and if necessary, just go to the beginning. Okay, go to the basics of shifting your mindset to something great. With that said, guys, I hope you got motivated and you will just start, because we're focusing on growth and success. Please let me know in the comments what are your techniques to get motivated, because we need to share that on this channel. We are all about growing together, finding success together. So if you like this type of content, please leave a like, subscribe, and with that said, we're here to grow together. So let's grow together.